Just a quick thing before this video starts. YouTube fishing is not how it seems, and I don't mean that in a bad way to any YouTuber or anything, but what you're seeing isn't that person's first trip, you know. It doesn't happen like that. What they don't show is the lows of fishing. You only see the highs. So I've decided this is going to be a bit of a, I won't say series, but it sort of is. I'm going to show you every fishing trip that I take to the river for pike from now, and just show you how much effort, how many hours go into that to get a day, like a 6, 7, 8 fish day. So enjoy the video. It's a bit of an interesting session, you know. Not a great deal happened. I'll let you watch it. Like I say, it's not all how it seems. Right, welcome back. Piking out river with mate Paul, who's been in one of the videos before. I'm going to it, yeah, Ladywood, when we had to do other venue first for the league. Float ledger, I'm going to chuck it out, we'll go for it rigging a bit because I need a brew. A few things I want to talk about today as well. Paul's looking at me because I look stupid talking to camera. Yeah, I've got a list of notes that I want to talk about, so I'm going to stick kettle on and we'll make a start on them. Right guys, so a bit of time's passed since the last video. That was when we first got here. It's now nearly 10:30. Not much has happened. Pretty windy. Just want to quickly go through tactics. We're both fishing float ledger. Float for the visual ledger because I want to be anchored to the bottom. But we've had a bit of rain, not last night, night before, so it's fairly flowing through. But we're gonna move upstream a bit on way to car. Just dropping a few places there. There's a few nice slacks about. Fishing popped up because this river is full of crayfish and I can't deal with them, can't stand them. Bait wise, we've got, are you on mackerel, Paul?
Yeah.
Both on mackerel, but we've got mackerel, smelt, a couple of small roach I think as well. So, you know, just quiet morning so far. Hopefully it'll pick up as we move upstream a bit, find out some more slacks. But I'll bring you back once we've moved, and we're going to talk more in depth on sort of maximising chances and sort of what you can do to help get that bite. Right guys, so maximising chances. First one, put the hours in, especially on a river. Apologies about the wind and traffic noise and stuff. There's a golf course on that side of the field as well. So, but put the hours in on a river. You know, fish can travel. Fish can, you know, in a lake they've got a certain area they can go. In a river, anywhere they want. So just pack light as well, because if you don't pack light it puts you off moving because you don't want to be lugging your gear around the whole time. So for me, I've got my rod, a couple of bank sticks and a 90-litre Bergen, which sounds big, but I've got my camera gear as well in there. So the only thing I'm carrying in my hands is my rod and my net, and that's it. I've got some notes down here, that's where I'm looking down. But yeah, just start at one end, like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes in each peg. Right. I mean, this morning we've been down on that point for probably an hour and a half, couple of 2 hours most. But that's just because we were just setting up, you know, wanted a brew and what have you. So yeah, try different baits, but you've got to have confidence in your baits. Good quality bait. You know, there's plenty of places to buy bait from now. Even your local tackle shops have a good variety. Although I cannot. Oh, I had a wobble now. I can't find lamprey to save my life. It's so hard to get hold of at the minute. It's extremely difficult. For me on this river, I've done really well on trout, but with trout, I can't get hold of that either. So get what you can, get a selection, but don't be carrying 10 different baits. You know, I got mackerel, smelt. Normally I'd have trout and lamprey with me as well, and I've got a couple of small roach as well. Just, it's a natural food source, isn't it? I mean, I'd be shocked if you saw a mackerel swimming up and down here. But yeah, different methods. So there's a few different methods you can go for. There's ledgering, there's float fishing, there's float ledger, which is what I'm doing today. And the reason I float ledger is because I want the float for the visuals. You know, I want to know, second someone takes that bait, I want to know. And that's what the float's there for. Ledgering because I want to be dead on the bottom. Now if you want to ledger, just straight up ledger, the best thing for you to do is of course use a bite alarm. Use a bite alarm, it's going to save you so much worrying about it. Just honestly, get a bite alarm, and if you're float fishing just on its own, vary the depths, you know, try different methods, try on the bottom, try a little bit further up. It's like that. Another good positive for float ledger is it's the best of both worlds. So there's no, you don't have to use the bite alarm, so it's one less thing to carry, and obviously you've got the visuals, so you can constantly watch it. There's obviously twitch bait, which is normally done with either twitching a sprat or twitching a smelt, and all you need for that is a couple of maybe SSGs just on your line straight through to either a double hook, which are quite hard to find now, or just a big circle hook. And all you want to be doing that is, again, it's constantly moving, you're chucking in the slats, you're twitching it back, just twitching your rod tip, letting it settle, twitching your rod tip, and you don't want any more than a couple of SSGs. That's just giving you the weight for the casting, but more importantly to get the bait down to the water, to the deck, sorry. And then you're just going to twitch it back, but then you can cover so much water doing that. And that brings me on to lure fishing. Now I've got to say, lure fishing, it's not really my preferred way. I don't seem to enjoy it as much as I do dead baiting, but it's very mobile. You cover a lot of water. You've got barely any gear, you know, just little rucksacks, more than enough. You don't need rod stands, you don't need any of that. And you're normally using a shortish rod, like 8-9 foot. This one's a 10-foot extract length. That's a huge beak. But yeah, like I say, it's not my type of fishing. I do have the gear and I do it a little bit, but I tend to do it more on canals, and I'd wait a bit as well, just until the conditions get better. It's still quite warm now. I mean, I know I'm wrapped up like crazy, but the water's still warm for the pike, so they're not in full hunting mode at the minute. But there will be soon. Once we have that first frost, things will change and we'll start with the feed. Just looking through my notes because I've got so many written down. So I'm more of a river guy, full of mysteries. You never know what you're going to hook. Could be £10, could be £20, you just never know. And it's hard to tell as well when you're fighting the fish, because obviously you're fighting the flow of the water as well. Chance of a lifetime fish really in a river, if the conditions are right. Like this river, it's full of trout, constant food supply for them. So they get big, and they get big fairly quickly as well. The only issue with this is crayfish. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, I am fishing popped up, and that is simply to avoid the crayfish, because the crayfish can create a real problem and become a real nuisance. And for me, I don't like them. I hate these things. Of course, there is canals as well. Now, my local canal especially is 99% jacks. It's great, it's fantastic for a bite. If you want to just get, you know, if you've had a couple of weeks of blanking or whatever on the river, call up to your local canal. You can even go out with a lure, you don't have to be dead baiting. But you're going to get bite after bite after bite, but they are going to be smaller fish, especially over my way anyway. But you're going to have fish in numbers, whereas on a river you're going to have fish in size, but less fish. So it's part and part, you know. What do you prefer to do? What do you want? Do you want a bend in the rod, or do you want a river monster? I know what I want. So one thing I was going to talk on in the video, and I couldn't decide if I wanted to or not, was live baiting. Now, for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I have done it. I've only done it on the canals though. I have done it maybe a handful of times. I've nothing against live baiting. Just for me personally, I'm in two minds about it. Now, if you are going to live bait, you need to be checking your local club rules. If you're not sure, they'll be in your club books, things like that. Local tackle shop. Bruno, dog's going nuts. Sit down. Anyway, I just wanted to say that about live baiting. Remember, you're going to see every trip that I go on now, so hit the like button, subscribe, and you're going to see we all blank, and it's part of it. And I could be I could blank for the next 2-3 weeks, who knows, but you'll be the first to find out. So subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. So tight lines, guys.